Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. And we've got some good news out of Morehead City, where some first responders are being recognized for their heroic actions in saving one of their own. On August 1st, Morehead City officials say part-time firefighter and paramedic Ray Harris was experiencing heat exhaustion and a heat-related illness before collapsing while on duty. Now, officials say Harris was driving one of the fire engines when an officer in charge noticed he was not acting normally. When the engine was safely back at the station on Bridges Street, the parking brake was engaged and Harris collapsed. Captain Logan Hardy and his crew immediately began critical life-saving measures. Firefighter paramedic Harris was taken to Carteret Healthcare Emergency Department and later transferred to another facility for a higher level of care. The crew members who assisted in the efforts to help Harris were given the Life-Saving Award during a banquet on January 17th. Battalion Chief Brandon Dossier, Captain Corey Adams, Captain Logan Hardy, Deputy Chief Kane Johnson, Assistant Chief EMS Coordinator Kelly Howie, Assistant Chief Fire Marshal Jason Baker, Assistant Fire Marshal Bobby Stevens, Ryan Haddock, Ryan Williams, Logan Landley, Sal Tarbona, Kevin Miller, and Chief Courtney Wade were recognized for their hard work in saving Harris's life. Congratulations goes out to all of those first responders. And now we have some traffic news to bring to your attention. If you're doing any driving around the Greenville area, specifically around 14th Street, you need to understand that there has been a crash that is blocking part of the intersection. Now, two tow trucks and law enforcement were seen at the site of the crash at around 8:30 a.m. at 14th Street and Elm Street. The intersection is just down the road from CMF's middle school. WITN is currently working to get more information on the crash, but again, want to highlight that drivers may experience delays around Elm and 14th Street this morning. And now for a look at your weather forecast. Of course, we will dive fully into our forecast, but want to take a look at what's happening across the country. NBC's Aaron McLaughlin has more on the developing winter storm that's expected to bring impacts across the southeastern United States, even to here in eastern North Carolina over the next few days.
This morning, a brutal winter wallop not letting up.
You definitely need layers when you come outside.
Parts of western New York buried in more than 2 feet of lake effect snow. The roads so treacherous near Buffalo. Some drivers like Joe Chanelli forced to spend Monday night at a rest stop after getting snowed in.
We just watched the snow come down. Everyone was taking it pretty well.
In the Midwest, firefighters battled a major blaze in sub-zero temps. Despite the harsh conditions, they managed to rescue 2 adults and a child. Meanwhile, large chunks of ice blocked a water intake pipe at a treatment plant in Pittsburgh, affecting water pressure in the city. Emergency crews used a barge and a tugboat to clear the Allegheny River. And at Chicago's O'Hare Airport,
we're not able to provide air traffic control services.
Control tower workers forced to evacuate after a pipe burst in the bitter cold, leading to a temporary ground stop. Hospitals nationwide also feeling the freeze. In Michigan, health officials say emergency room visits for cold-related illness are up 50% this week.
In this Arctic punch, and seconds count. So you really have to take precautions.
But some enjoying the wintry blast, including snow leopards and bison at the zoo.
And again, that was Aaron McLaughlin reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast here in eastern North Carolina. In both Saturday and Sunday are still first alert weather days for the potential for mostly freezing rain at this point. It does look like we could still see some snowflakes, but this is turning more into just a nasty ice event coming in over the weekend. Now, Saturday, we've got a chance of some light snowflakes here and there. Certainly not going to pick up any major accumulations on Saturday, but it's Sunday where freezing rain is going to be a possibility. Now, initially, when that freezing rain comes down, it looks just like normal raindrops. They, in fact, are normal raindrops. The only difference is that ground temperatures will be below 32 degrees, so when those raindrops hit the ground, they freeze and create a sheet of ice. And that is likely going to be the greatest danger we are going to be tracking here as we make our way through the upcoming weekend. Right now in Washington, no real concerns, at least at this point, at least over today and tomorrow, and potentially even Friday. Mostly sunny skies right now along the Pamlico River. 40-degree air temperatures, though, come with an easterly breeze at about 8 miles an hour, and that's making 40 feel more like 34. Now, across the east, most of us in the mid to upper 30s for inland areas. As you get closer to the water, you're seeing more of the low to mid 40s mix in. Right now, the hottest spot on the map is Hatteras, currently coming in at 45 degrees. We've got 32 in Roanoke Rapids, marking your coldest spot on the map, and everyone else kind of falling within that 32 to 45-degree range. Now, winds out of the east-northeast are blowing in at a fairly light 4 to 8 miles an hour. Some areas, in fact, are reporting completely calm winds at this point. But through the afternoon, the winds are going to turn a little bit more southerly. That's going to help boost air temperatures back into the low 50s today. Expecting to see the low 60s coming up for tomorrow. So if you're a fan of some heat, we have a little bit of it coming up for your Thursday. Cloud cover overnight will certainly help maintain the temps we gained today. But again, we've got our sights set on the cool down coming up over the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, all looking at air temperatures near or below freezing. It is going to be a very cold stretch of weather. Now, there is a potential we see some rain showers rolling through coming in tomorrow. Not looking at heavy rain, really light isolated stuff, but those raindrops may get a little bit heavier as we head into Friday. Here's kind of a look at exactly what we've got going on. That cold front again pushes its way through the east on Thursday, but we're anticipating the real chill to come in as that low pressure system you see in there near Myrtle Beach. Once that moves off the coast, it's really going to again encourage more of that northeasterly wind flow, pulling in those colder temps as we head towards the weekend. Now, the system again that's going to be giving us the headaches, you can see the warm front extending over New Mexico. That is the system again that is the one to track, the one to keep an eye on. Our opportunity for freezing rain comes with that system. Now, this is going to be a system, again, that is going to affect more than just us. So if you're hearing again about the entire southeastern United States being impacted by a large winter system, that's this one. That's this one. So by the time we get to Sunday evening, a note, again, a hefty portion of eastern North Carolina stuck not only under rain showers, but also potentially under some freezing raindrops as air temperatures are going to be cold by that point Sunday night, down potentially below 32 degrees. Sunday's high of 34 is not, again, going to create the best opportunity for straight up snowflakes, but we will see again a potential for some flakes over the weekend, more likely on Saturday than say for Sunday. But at this point, the ice, the snow, the sleet that we do end up getting over the weekend is likely going to stick with us as we head through Monday and Tuesday, potentially even Wednesday of next week, as air temperatures are going to remain in the mid 30s for highs. Overnight lows dropping down into the teens. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update. Now, I do again want to give you some good news as far as this weekend's forecast, because I know that's where a lot of people again are putting their concern, and rightly so. We told you yesterday, I told you the day before, that we are likely looking again at some real impacts from this winter system. I would anticipate I would try to prepare for a potential power outage and very slick roads. If you're not confident driving just in general in Greenville on a normal sunny day, I would suggest staying off the roads coming up Sunday, Monday, and potentially Tuesday, depending on how DOT crews are able to tackle any leftover snow and ice on the roads. More ice than snow, but it is certainly one that we want everybody to be ready for. And the earlier you prepare for it, the better the odds of you getting what you need, and also better odds for those stores being able to replenish those stocks of items for people who may be procrastinators. So do yourself, do your neighbors some favors. Go out and prepare again for the potential for an ice storm coming up this weekend. Hopefully, again, we see models turn a little bit warmer, which would remove that ice threat from eastern North Carolina. But for now, air temperatures still very low. Ground temperatures expected to be at or below 32 degrees for a majority of the weekend. And that is going to spell trouble if we again get the type of moisture moving overhead that models continue to suggest. But that's all we have time for. We will be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.